Hi there, welcome to this tutorial on correlation statistics. In this video, we'll be looking at Pearson's correlation coefficient, the shortcut method. The first video on Pearson's correlation coefficient treated on the direct method. Please check the description section of this video on our YouTube channel to get the link to the first video. Let's jump on the following problem we have on the board. The problem says, use the shortcut method to calculate the Pearson's correlation coefficient of the data in the table. We could see the following data sets, right? We could see the row X and row Y. Alright, step 1 says, determine the sum of X and the sum of Y. This takes us back to our table. We could see the X row here and the Y row here. So the sum of S simply means the addition of all the X values, right? And we have 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7 and lastly plus 12. And of course, that gives us 32. And so we record that we have summation S equal 32, right? We also expected to get the sum of Y. 8 plus 10 plus 11 and lastly plus 25. Of course, that gives 74 and we record that. So we have summation Y equal 74, right? And so step 2 says square X and Y and add up their values. And here we go back to our table. We need to create a column for X square, right? We have X square here, right? And for the first one, we have 3 square, have 9 here, right? 4 square, of course, that gives 16 with 1 6. 6 square, of course, that gives 36. 7 square, 4 9 here. And lastly, 12 square, we have 144. And remember, the instruction is to add up their values. And here we go. We have 9 plus 16 plus 36 plus 49 and lastly plus 144. That gives 254. Summation S square equal 254. We also expected to get the square of Y, right? So we create a column for Y square. And here we go. Of course, the first value of Y we have 8, and so the square of 8 gives 64, followed by 10 square of 100, right? 11 square, of course, that gives 121. 20 square 400, right? Lastly, 25 square gives 625. And so we have to add up these values, right? We have 64 plus 100 plus 121 plus 400 and lastly plus 625, and that gives 1310. Summation Y square equal 1310, right? 3 says multiply X by Y and add up their values, and this takes us back to our table. And here we're expected to create a column for XY, right? Of course, multiplying X by Y, the product gives SY, right? XY, right? For the first column, 3 times 8 gives 24, 4 times 10, 6 times 11, we have 66, followed by 7 times 20, of course, that gives 140, and lastly, 12 times 25 gives 300. And so remember, we're expected to add up all the values of XY, right? And here we go, 24 plus 40 plus 66 plus 140 plus 300, 570. And we record that now. Summation SY equal 570, right? Step 4 says, determine the sample size, and this takes us back to our table. And of course, sample size simply means the number of observations, and we could get that by count. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? For the X series, and for Y series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so our n value, or the sample size, is 5, right? And then we record that n equal 5, right? And lastly, step 5 says calculate R. R, of course, implies the coefficient of correlation. And remember, the instruction is to use the shortcut method. And now we apply the formula for shortcut method. And the formula goes as R equal n times summation sy minus summation s times summation y over the square root of, we have our square bracket here, n times summation s square minus, we have summation s or square, and then close our square bracket and open another square bracket, n times summation y square minus summation y square, and close our bracket. Alright, looking at our formula, we're going to substitute all these values we've gotten so far into the formula. And here we go. And here we have n, and we did say that the n value is 5, right? And we record that now, 5 times, followed by summation sy, of course the value is 570, 570, following the formula minus, we have minus here, right? Summation x, look at summation s now, the value is 32, right? We have 32 here, times summation y, and let's trace our y value here. Summation y, we have 74 here, right? And then we record that times 74 here, right? Over following the formula. And so we have square root of n times summation s square, and of course we have our square bracket 5 times summation s square. Of course we have 254, and we record that now, 254 minus, we have a minus here, we have summation x all square. We locate our summation s. Summation s is 32, right? Remember, we have square, right? And then we have our square here, and then followed by our closed square bracket. We also have our open square bracket here with n. We did say n value is 5 times summation y square, and let's trace that 1310. Then we record that 1310, right? We have minus here, we place our minus, and so we have summation y, right? Summation y here, we have 74, right? 74 here, right? And so we have squares, and lastly our close bracket r equal 5 times 570 to 850, 32 times 74, 2368. There we have our square root here, 5 times 254, 1270, minus here, and of course we have 32 square here, 1024, right? Our open square bracket here, we open that 5 times 1310, because that gives 6550. Place a minus 74 square, 5476, close square bracket. Moving forward, we have 2850 minus 2368. Of course, that gives 482 over, following the formula, right? we have root. And we have 1270 minus 1024. That gives 246 times. We have 6550 minus 5476. 1074, right? And that will be equal to, we have 482 over root of 246 times 1074. It gives 264,204, right? Equal to, we have 482, right, over root 264,202 gives 514.0, right? Our value would be 482 divided by 514.0. Of course, that gives 0.938. So our R value using the shortcut method is 0.938. Therefore, we've done justice to this problem, right? Please look forward for the subsequent video where we use the Spearman's rank to calculate correlation coefficient. Thank you for watching this video. See you some other time. Goodbye.